Hi, everyone, and welcome to our first gaming podcast. I'm Mr. Fox, content creator on YouTube and streamer on Twitch, and I'm with Un and Anger for today's podcast.
My name is Un, and I'm also a Twitch streamer and a aficionado of various video games. Hello.
Hi, I'm going with the name Anger, and that explains just how I am, and I stream on Twitch.
All right, that's good. Well, today we're going to talk about fighting games. We are big fighting games player here, and we wanted to talk about a couple of things today. So the big main subject are going to be obviously GGStrive, which is the latest big fighting games out from Arc System Works, and also some news about Smash Bros. With the new Tekken character, Kazuya. So this is going to be some news. We're going to talk about Smash Bros. As a fighting game, or maybe not. So this is going to be an interesting conversation, I think. And then we'll probably go on maybe talking about the controllers that you guys are using at the moment. So that sounds good?
Sounds great.
All right,
Start
okay.
the podcast. Let's go.
Okay, let's start with Guilty Gear Strive. So the game was released last week, and I believe, was it last week?
It was last week, yes.
I think it was Friday. So Guilty Gear Strive for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, PC, and is it on Xbox as well?
I would imagine it is. Wow.
I can look it up really fast just because.
That's okay. I mean,
gonna have
if it's not out on Xbox yet, it probably will be out by the time we're talking about it.
It says
So
Microsoft Windows. It does not say Xbox.
okay, so PC, so PC basically. So it probably will be out on Xbox. I mean, I don't see why the game wouldn't be out on Xbox, to be honest.
It's some weird decisions they made for us.
Yes, they're doing. Microsoft is doing some weird decision with their PC and console department. They're trying to mix the two of them. You know, they are trying to blend it together.
Mhm.
So it's a bit of a weird choice what we do.
It's not on Xbox right now, but since it's unsaid, since it's on Microsoft, I believe it will come to Xbox later, but not right now. It may take months, maybe a year. But I'm pretty sure it's going to come, at some time, at some point.
Okay.
Yes, I believe that. I have the least experience with this game as I do not own it myself. I have not played it myself, only from what I've seen you guys play, basically, and other people play. I have little knowledge on this, but for the most part, it looks like a very promising game. It's just not the game I was expecting for the Guilty Gear series. I'm hoping that they read the feedback of all the people, because the lobbies are obviously a huge problem at the moment.
Yes,
Yeah,
the lobbies.
I've seen people that have been trying to set up tournaments and stuff. Like with people I know that streams, and then they did like yesterday they did a tournament, or it was today actually, and he was trying to do tournament, but you know how the lobbies is, right? When you create our own lobby, which
Yes.
is the only way to spectate, which is stupid when there's a park where you can actually, it's really good netcode, they had done many things right, but lobby isn't one of them. Because I feel like when we're trying to do lobby, just glitches a lot, and it has this network error almost all the time. And if you're playing, especially people from other regions, like it's almost impossible to play. We can play like 2-3 games, and then it starts to lag, or it starts to just you can't play anymore, and you get stuck in this in one place and teleport
Pretty much breaks
everywhere.
the game.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that. Yes.
There's definitely an issue with the game trying to connect. The game is trying to connect all the time to servers. Every time you go to a menu, every time you try to launch a ranked match or player match or anything, the game is constantly loading stuff, all the time trying to connect to something. It can be very annoying, especially when you start the game for the first time. when you launched it, and it can take a couple of minutes before you can actually play something. This is annoying. And
Yeah, that sounds kind of annoying, especially when you want to just jump in and just play the game.
yeah, you cannot
Yeah,
just do that. The game has to connect to something every time, and it's loading. I'm playing on PlayStation 4. Perhaps on PS5, the loading are better. I'm guessing the loading of the game are better, but I don't know if the connection issues is better. I don't think that will make a difference, but maybe I'm wrong on this one.
I don't have a PS5 myself, but my friend do. So even for him, it's taking a long time, which I don't really understand how a PS5 is taking a long time to load in. Like,
Just the game, you
why
mean?
is it like that? Yeah, so it's just that's exactly what I mean. So it means it's just the game. Maybe it's faster on
wow.
PS5, that's for sure, but it's still taking some time. And I don't know what they are loading so much. Are they loading the regions before you join in or something? I know they're doing worldwide since they have done such a great netcode, but I don't know why it's taking so long to just load
Yes.
in. I think it should be pretty fast to load in when you want to go in, like if you want to play against bots or something. So it should
Yes.
be take long, short time to load in. But if you're gonna play online, then I'm okay if it takes a little longer. Then, like if it takes a little while, I don't mind because it probably takes a lot for online. But I don't think it should be. Oh, you wanna go online directly now? Like in Dragon Ball Fighter Z, a game that I really like. It says we want to play offline or online. And if you press online, it takes a little while to load in. But if you take
But
offline, you're practically just going directly in. And
yeah,
that's
you
what I
get what
think
you
they should
order
have done.
basically. Yeah.
Exactly. So for people that loves to lab, they can just go in directly. Like, because they don't want to really just wait for the loading time. They just want to go play directly. Because it
Yeah,
doesn't
I
need
guess.
much.
No, I was gonna change subjects. We talked about the online. We know we have connectivity issues. They're gonna probably fix these patches down the line, obviously. How is the meat and beans of the game? How meat and bones of the game? How is the gameplay? How is the
Well,
Me and Fox have a little different opinion. I really like it the more I play it, and Mr. Fox is actually doing the opposite. But I think because Mr. Fox has more, likes the more the how to say, like I feel this game is not stupid. I still think it has some technicals, but if Fox really like this really technical games such as King of Fighters and like the games you get better for the grade Power Rangers of the fighting game.
mhm.
So I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like that's more Fox style, and me, I'm just going with the Unga Bunga. I just like to mash stuff, so for me it's fine, actually.
To be honest, the more I play Strive and the more I'm starting to enjoy the game mechanics and how the game wants you to play it. So once you agree with what the game wants from you, then it starts making sense. The problem I have is Strive for me, it's like a bit of an hybrid of a fighting game. They're trying to have a more toned down version of the previous one, perhaps, and
Yeah.
they want to have more of a normal games and footsie going on. The problem is, I don't think they really succeeded on that. You know, the normals and the footsie, it's not. They're trying to become Street Fighter. You know, they're trying to do a bit like Street Fighter, where you have a proper footsie game. But with Guilty Gear, it doesn't really work that way because your normals are never good enough for anything. You will have to do a special move in order to attack or to open up an opponent. I see what they're trying to do, but I'm not sure it's successful.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And you're not the only one that feels like this. Like if people would have criticized what you said, I can just say directly now that even the professionals feel like you do. And not only professional like YouTuber, other people, and I understand why. Cause as you said, they're trying with the footsies, but you're gonna need to do the special. Like if you don't do the inputs, like if you see most of my gameplay, I'm doing the like special inputs. Because
Yes,
that's when you actually
it's
get
the
the
way
damage.
it's
And
the
if
way you open up in Guilty Gear usually. It's by doing
Yeah.
a special move. It's
Yeah,
never
'cause
been
you-
a game about opening up with normals, really. But they are trying to push that. You know, they are trying to we're toning down the game so you can open up with normal moves. But the problem is, it doesn't really work. I mean, maybe you can try, but it feels a bit forced for me. The footsie normal game they're trying to do.
I'm gonna have to agree with Fox on this one. It feels very forced. It feels like they took 2 steps forward and then they took 3 steps back. It feels like they wanted to do something different with it, and I don't feel that they needed to use the Guilty Gear name for it. Maybe a different name, different IP of some sort, and try this out, and it would play out better. Because it's a damn fine, good-looking game. It looks like it's fun. It looks like people are getting into it. But when you say Guilty Gear, I'm thinking crazy mechanics. You know, it's like the very first game that came out. It's always had a lot of deep emphasis on mechanics and the things you can do in them. And that's what I think. I think Guilty Gear. So I could see why the fan base will be split. People are, people fans from the old are going, well, this is not what I wanted. This is not a Guilty Gear. And then fans from other fighting games are going, well, it's a fun footies game. It's still very fun. It still look good. I could dig this better than what the other ones are. It's gonna be a very tight rope they're walking, basically.
Yeah, I feel like it wanna be like normal fighting games, with the footsies, because most the normal fighting games are trying to have footsies, but in like anime fighting games, they like having more special stuff, that actually makes it count a lot more, which you need to use a lot more, and that's what they're trying to mix up, because the special is, as you say, it's really important. Like most of the damage I do with my main character Ramatal is doing by throwing the sword and does 50% of the damage and take it all the way to the corner. Imagine if I didn't use that special, like I would have been the one big corner to the wall all the time and stuff. Because some people just have normals that can just push you all the way in or something. Like not like that, but I'm thinking of more. They can just come and press buttons faster than what I can do if I want to say it like that.
Yeah. And that's why I was saying it feels like an hybrid. One anime fighter and the other side of it more like a footsie game. So obviously in an anime fighter you have a lot more movement going on. It's always very dynamic. And then you got the footsie parts of fighting games, which is more grounded, like Street Fighter basically. So they're trying to mix that together. And to be fair, kudos to them if they want to do that, and it's good to have something new. But in some cases in Strive, I don't think it works that well. Again, the game is still young, and things might change perhaps, and we might see an evolution of the game. So I'm not giving a final judgment really on Strive, but I'm just giving my opinion right now at this stage.
I feel like they can change some stuff, make maybe special a little more less needy, but I still feel like whatever they do is going to be stay like this. So if you really, I feel like it's not going to change much, because if they change that, it's going to change the whole game. And I don't think I think they have their vision of how it is, and I think they're gonna stick with the lobby. Nobody wanted how the lobby was, right? But they stick with it because that's their vision. I like how they like they really into their vision, but sometimes they need to just try to do something like it actually works, right? But I'm how people are. They like to stuck with when they stuck with something, they want to continue with it.
it's not uncommon for games these days to have changed drastically from when they first came out. Take a look at Dragon Ball Fighters. You should know about this anger. When it first came out, it
Yeah.
was completely a different game. I wasn't into the grid, the Power Rangers, which is my main game now. I wasn't into it when I first came out. I came into like I think season 3, I believe season 2. I think it was season 3. I don't remember. But that's when I jumped into it, and from what I've heard from the stories, from what the game used to play, from what it plays now to when I started, it's a completely different game. It's a completely different meta, all because of the updates, all because of the game mechanics changing within the game. So it's not uncommon for this game to get more mechanics down the line or just change completely into something else.
I mean, I still feel like, I mean, Dragon Ball has changed. I don't want to talk about much of Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball can we have in another discussion, but we just want to say it has changed like a lot since the beginning, but the reason they change is changing the more to the way they vision it. Like they didn't want as much as this 50-50s where you can't react. They want more a mix where you can react to it, you know, and that's how it has changed. It has changed a lot, but it's into their vision. So if Strive is gonna change, it's going to Strive to their vision. Like how much they want the like Battle for the Grip 2, they want to change to the vision. Sure, they listen to the fans, but they're still going to go with their gut feeling, you know. After all, it's
especially
their
with
own
Arceus-
game.
Yeah, it's their own game. Especially with Arceus kind of games, they tend to do what they kind of want rather than.
And I agree
people,
with you,
want.
Anger. I don't think they're going to change Strive dramatically. I think Strive is going to stay the same. But what is going to change is the gameplay in some new character that they're going to bring into the game, like they've done with Battle for the Grid, for instance, and like they've done for Dragon Ball. You're going to have different type of gameplay with different characters. That's my gut feeling.
Oh.
The fundamental of the game are not going to change, but by bringing new characters, they will change the way you play some of those characters, I think. The new ones.
Yeah, I do like the way that they did some of the character changes. Like they did like the changes they made to some of the characters, but I don't like the fact that they were neutered from some.
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
some things were taken away.
Yeah.
Before starting this recording, I've been playing Rev 2. Yes.
Oh.
I actually been playing Rev 2 because I
very
wanted
smart, doing your homework.
I wanted to have a feel of the game back then. So
They won't smell the game.
so the game still looks amazing, by the way. And I mean,
Yeah.
it's on par with Strive. The thing is, Rev 2 or Sign or Revelator is the same line anyway. The game looks very anime, more anime than Strive, in fact. Some of the character design, I think I prefer more some of the character design in Strive than in Rev 2, but you know, it's really nitpicking here. So
Yeah,
man.
the gameplay.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It's pure pixel based, right? It's just all pixelated.
No, it's the same. It's a
hand-drawn.
2.5D game.
Yeah, it's
like
a
Strive.
3D model, so they're colored in and everything.
Oh,
Yes, cell
it's basically the
shading
same as
and
this.
all that.
so it's basically the same as this kind of.
It's the same as Strive, really. It's the idea behind it is 3D models with anime texture, sort of cell shading stuff.
Cool.
Because Guilty Gear is actually, I think it's the first. I don't know what I know that it's a big game at least that started with 2.5 fighting game. Like Guilty Gear was the first big one. That
Oh
started
yes,
2.5.
when Sign was released, yes, it was one of the big one released that way with 3D models, but that looks like a 2D game.
Exactly.
So the
Yeah,
gameplay.
okay. That's why I got the idea that it was a 2D. I've never played that one myself either. So.
So the gameplay in Rev 2. So what I have to say is they remove a lot of movement in some of the characters, and definitely. And when you play Soul in Rev 2, Soul has so much more moves. When you play Strive, you feel like it's being toned down like badly.
It has been toned down a lot. Not
Yeah,
gonna lie, bro.
And
I've tried
I-
it myself and I've seen the combo. I've been training. I can't say I've played that much that I know like a real combo. I've just done like some easy stuff or just trying to come up with combos. But I feel what I mean. I like it's restricted. They're taking away a lot of moves.
yes,
I can tell already, and yeah, like one of the moves I know that one of the reasons why I really like to play ship in the other games is because of this vanish teleport.
yes.
That is actually a reference to Goku to the vanish, you know, or instant remission. Sorry.
So yeah,
And I think that's cool.
there are a lot of moves that are not there anymore in Strive. But also, what I've noticed is you can hit your opponent more often in Rev 2, meaning you can punch, kick, you know, and the hit connects.
full combo status. Yeah.
What you can do in Rev 2, like in Accent Core, you can do PKSHS, you know, the standard Guilty Gear combo. If you do that,
Yeah, yes.
the 4 hits connects. If you try to do that in Strive, nothing connects. So after you have your 4 hit combo, you can Roman cancel into something else and you can super. So there's a lot of flexibility here. And also, let's not forget, in Rev 2, when you select your character, you have 2 styles you can pick up from. You have technical, which is, in terms of gameplay, you have technical, which is the normal gameplay, and you have stylish. So basically, stylish is just mash one button and you get auto combo.
That's actually what I wanted to say. Then I forgot, and thank you for mentioning it, because I want to talk about that. I feel like they want to go away from the auto combo because of the bad name it has. Like people say, "Oh, it's auto combo. I don't want to play. It's for noobs and stuff." And that's one of the reason. I like what I think. It's just what I think. This is not really what I know. I've been searching about. You people, you guys have seen, and
We've seen
people
that in
watching
Dragon Ball
this,
Fighter.
if people watching people watching this,
Yeah.
you have seen too. What people be saying the moment about auto combo. Oh, I wanna play a game that's more technical. Like you can do stuff. I don't want to aim the combo, bro.
I
Continue
don't want easy noobs just mashing a button and beating.
But the
you
thing
with
is,
one
the
button.
thing is, Rev 2 gives you the choice in terms of gameplay. It gives you the choice. Do you want to play the game normally, which is called technical, or do you want to play the game, you know, very casually? And it gives you the choice. So Rev 2 gives you 2 choices. So my question is, why with Strive are you toning the game down?
I think
In Rev 2, you give the option for players to select the way they wanted to play the game.
I think it's because I don't know, because people, you know how people like to discriminate everything, something when people play something how else, you know. So oh, you're playing that style. Like sometimes I play with my friend, and I just annoy. Oh, bro, are you really picking stylish? No, what's the stylish?
Stylish is for yeah, it's the auto combo part of it.
Okay, that's. So when I play,
the auto combo.
are you really picking style, bro? Come on, play the game, and that's how I feel like people are thinking, you know. Just it's not a real thing. Like they're not gonna appreciate, and people are just going to be angry and complain about it and say, oh, and then like the bully the guy that actually played with stylish. You know, are you playing? Go home, bro. Don't get here. And and also I think they want people to discover things, you know, yeah, like play their own style instead of just picking a style and then just smashing one button.
But it's something that you can't really do in Strive. The game is very
It's limited, but you can still have your style of playing. But sometimes, you know, most of it when RAM players, I'm focusing on RAM because that's the character I know the best and have watched videos of. Like people do the what is it, the 5S to 5 5H, I think, yeah. But then how they play and what they do after that depends on what kind of player you are, and how you play it. But of course, there's always the optimal combos. Not everyone does, and
Of course,
you don't really have to have optimal combos to do a lot of damage. But the thing that I don't really like is that when the hits gets bigger and bigger, it's implying that, oh, it's a good thing, but it's a fucking lie. I don't really hate that it's getting bigger and bigger, because to be honest, people are complaining about it, but I don't really give a shit. Like, I never thought about it. I don't really see it. It's so see-through, so I don't really give a shit. And if you have time to watch the other places while I do a combo, then bro, and then you're losing, I wonder why. Because you're not looking at the way you play. Why are they going to with the bigger numbers, bigger and bigger?
Yeah.
And they playing is a good thing when actually that's not what they're striving for. Do you see what I did there? Anyway.
So, do you think there's going to be a bigger gap of levels of players from beginners to pro gamers? Do you think the gap is going to be even wider because the pro gamers they probably now own the game, basically they know everything about it?
I think that always will be a gap. I think that there always will be a gap because
But do you think the gap will be wider this time because the game is more
I
accessible
don't think
somehow?
So. I think because the accessibility will neuter the hardcore fans that have gone through all the mechanics, have learned all the need to knows and not the how to knows. I think they will probably be turned down for it, like kind of like Street Fighter 5 did. A lot of people just kind of looked away from it and either stick with 4 or just went to a different game entirely. It just like I heard a lot. I've seen a lot of videos of pro players that play 5 and they played 4, and they just look at 5 and go, why? Just why? And it's like they can go into a match and yes, a lot of new players can pick up the game, learn fighting games, and like start beating on people and stuff. And it's like only because the scale has been lowered, like way lowered. It's still somewhat good to watch, but it's just not the same. It does not feel the same. Making that skill gap lower for more accessible, it kind of hurts the game and its fan base because you want to see crazy stuff happen. You want to like be in there with like a lot of stuff. You don't want to just have everybody join the game and be good at it. You want to have people years of experience mean something. I put years of experience into this game, but I can be beaten by somebody who just picked up the game yesterday.
I feel like that's almost impossible, to be honest, to just get if you don't really are like drunk and driving and then somehow having the game on your car while talking on the phone and smoking. You know what? Then you're gonna lose. But I still feel like no matter what fighting game it is, even if with auto combo, which can be strong, like in Fighter C, I still feel like there's gonna be a gap no matter how or where with pro player and casuals, because they have learned through other fighting games, the neutrals, how opponents usually think and what, and they recognize a move's strengthens everything,
Yeah, that will be always the case in every game anyway.
Yeah, so there's always gonna be like the pros are always gonna see they play the neutral and keep the distance and go in when they know it's the right time and while casuals are going to just press buttons and don't know what's minus, what's plus, and when to stagger and everything. They don't want to know that.
Yep.
And the combos, yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to myself. Like, okay, I'm known for doing unga bunga, just doing mashing stuff sometimes or all the time. But
all the time.
Even when I first started to play fighting games, do you think I actually went to the training room? No, bro. I went straight to the game and played the game and mashed like a madman. I
I'm the
mashed like
same
a
way.
madman.
I'm the same way.
To be
But
fair,
That's
my
what also.
mashing, in my mashing, I also try to learn how the range of something. I try to challenge people's things. I just don't just go in there mashing thinking that I'm gonna win or thinking that I'm gonna do some stuff. I go in there mashing or pressing buttons, trying to challenge and learn the game. So
Yeah.
I
And
know
that's
the range of my attacks. I know what can I do. I know what situations can happen. I remember all these little things and I keep them in mind. I go, I'm gonna use that on people and see how often it works.
yes.
So yeah, so
To be fair, the best way to learn fighting games is to do matchups against other people. That's the best way
yeah,
of
not just
learning.
one person, not just, but one good person could bother you all day, and it won't be fun. But you will get better. Go somewhere else, and you notice that your skills improved, but you won't feel it because you'll just feel like you're sucky. You just feel like you're no good because you're getting beat by this one guy. But if you play multiple people and multiple styles and ways of playing, then you will get a good feel of it, and you will start to okay, I understand this a little bit more, and that's that a little bit more. I'm better against this kind. If I do this kind, that kind, I'll learn this and that. That's how you start becoming really good at the game.
Right. I think we should move on to the netcode of the game in
Wait,
just
I
one
was-
word. Just one word.
Right.
What do you think of Strive netcode, Anger?
Okay, I just want to say one more thing about Strive, because that's one thing that I'm really salty about. But the netcode is just it's really good. I have never seen such a good netcode. And I have played, we played with Battlefield Grid. It's a really good netcode, but I don't know, this feel like, damn, I don't see any difference between playing my friend who lives like 1 hour away from me to playing against another friend that lives in Canada. Like, I feel no difference, and that is something I'm not used to, since I'm playing a game with a bad netcode, and my moves won't come out when I press. But here in Strive, it feels like, bro, it's a bless. The netcode is a bless, and I'm happy where the fighting game community is going. I'm really happy where it's going, thanks to, and it shows how big it is. Like the most peak game or viewer, I don't know, for Strive. It just became so high, and one of the reasons the netcode, people are praising it. And I understand why. You can play with whoever you want, and it won't be really a problem. And that's what I love about this.
I have to agree. The netcode is very good. I had a couple of issues with some of the matches I played. One was very, very laggy. I was very surprised about it. I'm guessing maybe the other
Wi-Fi
players
Wi-Fi
was
warriors.
on Wi-Fi, perhaps, on a very bad connection. Most of them, they're pretty solid. This is a good thing. It's one of the main selling point of the game as well. A lot of people are praising the netcode, and for good reason, because it's very good. So yeah,
it's an access game with final rollback, right? So it should
yes,
be.
definitely.
Yeah,
Okay. I don't have much to say on this because like I said, I have not grabbed.
I don't think there's much to
the
say,
game myself.
and I don't think there's
it's not
much to say for now.
especially on my end.
It's good.
Yeah,
They did a good job putting it into this game, and I hope they will continue improving it along the way. I think.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. I
yes.
really do hope they keep this up for the future games to come, so they can learn that this is what we need. Also, crossplay would be really huge for this game if it
Definitely,
comes to that.
definitely
Yeah, 'cause
crossplay.
Yeah, crossplay is it would be a really great thing. Yeah.
All right.
We had, I think it's good time.
I think
we're
we're done talking about Strive for now. At least for now.
Yeah.
We can always come
Yeah.
back any other day, but for now, it's time to switch
So,
on to Super Smash
my
Bros.
my boy,
So-
my electric wind godfist, Kazuya.
All right, so we're going to talk
I'm
about
so curious how
Kazuya.
he plays. I'm so
Kazuya is making an entrance in Super Smash Bros. Tekken character, obviously, one of the favorites. So, what do you think about it?
Well, I really like he's my main. That's one of the reasons I want to do the introduction for it for Kazuka's bro. He's my boy, but he's hard to play too. And I'm like, what I'm seeing, I think they added wave dash. Actually, added
That
wave
movement,
dash.
that movement was legit fire. I was like, what the hell? You got the movement from Tekken.
I don't think it's going to be as technical as in Tekken itself, because play me is I don't think any Smash play is gonna really go. I mean, of course, there's Smash play that's actually playing fighting games like Leffen. You know, Leffen is pretty good in fighting games at all, and he plays Smash. But I mean, I don't think most of the people that play Smash is gonna be able to do it, because you know it's a really casual game. It's more party game. You know.
You'd be surprised, Anger. You'd be surprised. As somebody who's in the Smash community, I wouldn't say I'm in it, but I would say that I was very like a part of it. I did like a lot of the tournaments. I went to a couple of tournaments myself. You'd be surprised. Wherever you go, wherever there's competitive gameplay, people will always try hard. There's always
but I
be
mean, the
somebody who
most people,
will
like
learn it and master
90%,
it.
like
Little kids,
90%.
yes. Little kids won't learn that and all that.
Yeah, I mean,
But again,
that's like
you'll be wrong as
90%
well.
is the people that just play for
That-
party game or casual. I see
No,
the pro
that's
players.
too
I know.
little.
I mean,
No,
I
it's
know.
like
I
more like
can't believe
70s,
them.
70s, 30 or something. It's more like 70-30.
Okay, but I just want to know before I continue. Are you talking about the Smash community like a whole, or just because when I think about Smash community, I'm thinking about melee and then ultimate.
If you talking melee, melee is mostly competitive.
Yeah.
You won't see a lot of casuals in melee. You don't.
No,
I don't think
I
you'll
know.
see a
I
lot
know
of,
about melee. I know about melee. I know
yeah.
it's hard.
But
So
you're
that's
talking
why
about
that's why I have a different like. I feel like melee. You know, people say, "Oh, Smash is not a fighting," but melee. I count that it's a fighting game. It has this
combos.
technical stuff. It has combos. It has things you can do. I really don't like how delayed I feel the input is. It's not really a game for me, but it's a fun game that is like I feels like a real fighting game. And that's
melee has
why
no
I
delays,
don't.
though.
Yeah. I mean,
Understand.
it feels really slow. I like the frames, the startup frames. Then it feels like it takes forever for me at least. Maybe if you get
No,
more used to it, it feels like it's going to be better. But for me, yes, it's not for me. You know.
If you ever see the button input, I'm sorry, if you ever see the button input for any of the melee compared to a lot of other games, you'll see that it's very reminiscent of like Marvel games where you press like a billion buttons per second. So you will move slow if you press slow if you don't know what you're pressing. But if you press the right button at the right time, you can speed yourself up to incredible speeds.
It depends on if you
buttons to do so.
I think you can cancel stuff. I know you can like jump, dodge, and then go to the ground and then forward dash. It was some wave dash. You know the wave dash in melee, which is a little technical stuff. I can't explain it fully because I have seen it. My friend who is good at the game has done it against me, but I haven't done it myself. But it's a technical move. That's
very
and that and that's why I said I talk about melee or like Smash as a whole or just melee and then ultimate, because I don't think they're the same community, bro. They are totally different community. Like melee is a part of the fighting game community. That's people say, oh, Smash, no. It's a part of the fighting community. Melee is a part of the fighting game community. But Ultimate is its own little game. It's not. It can be kind of fighting game community, but it's not really there. It's more party. When I'm playing it, I play with my friends. We play in 4 modes. Like we're not playing with the smash balls. We're not playing with the stage when it moves. It's playing like when people play competitive, but it's still a party game for me. It's still a part. We play 4 players, just playing against each other, doing unga bunga stuff, and just doing this stupid stuff.
Yeah. I agree with you. Most people play for a casual means, for friends, with things of that nature. But for the most part, people that play not competitively. I'm not even competitive with it. I don't know competitive in any game at all. But the way I play is basically with the competitive rules, and I don't use items and stuff like that. There's hundreds of levels that I don't even touch. Hundreds of interactions that I can never be a part of and stuff. But I love seeing them either regardless. I love seeing the training combos where people use items and stuff like that. I love seeing that kind of stuff. I love seeing the different ways people play the game because you can play it in so many different ways. Like they do the soccer things, they do the target practice that they create themselves. I love everything that Smash has to offer as a whole, even the casual side of things. But yeah, for the most part, I'll play it in a competitive state of mind where I'm 1v1ing or 2v2ing, and I'm trying to mind game you with that's why I'm a huge bait heavy character, or a bait heavy kind of player, because I get that from Smash. I run in, I do a move, and then I punish you for doing the wrong thing there. I do that in my fighting games as well. I run in and I let you make a mistake so that I can punish you for it later.
Yeah, it's something like as you say, it's
Well,
in Smash, but I
hold
still
on.
feel
I
like
think we're talking about Kazuya here. I forgot. We're going off topic here.
Yes, we're talking about
I mean,
Kazuya.
we can
to
talk
be
about
honest-
Smash in general. I think.
To be honest,
What happened with Kazuya? What's happening?
Is this what people call a tangent? Like when you
oh, it's a
start
big
to talk
off
about
topic, I think. But to be honest, it's
I
not
was
really off
like,
topic.
wait a minute.
It's not really off topic because we're still talking about Smash.
Smash.
But one thing I was very surprised is how Kazuya moves looks like the same as in Tekken. It looks
Yeah, but I
very
was
like a
surprised.
technical character.
Yes, I was very surprised with that. I have no idea how they're gonna be using that. The movement, the kicks. They showed so many moves that you can't really do with the 2 button controller you have, with the attack and the special button.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, maybe they had gonna do like in Battle for the Grid where they just do where you just point at like I'm not gonna say, I don't know if people know, but let's say it's like if they're doing 6 L like I don't know if it's light or not in this game, but yeah. So if they're just doing ordinary like forward and then press a button, or back and then press a button, it comes out a different move.
No, you're right. No, they might do that, but they only have one button to do that with, the attack button. The other button will be used for specials, like it's always been done.
Yeah, but
Same
that's
thing
the
with
thing.
Street Fighter
Maybe they have
characters.
changed a little. Maybe they have changed a little.
I don't think they'll change it dramatically. When the Street Fighter
No,
characters
of course
came
not.
in, they do have inputs. They do have Hadoukens, Shoryukens, but they're tricky to do because your character turns around. So what they did was they have an auto lock system where you're always facing the character you're aiming. So you can do your Tatsu, you can do the Shoryus just fine.
Yeah.
But
I
they
mean,
also
it's-
have the specials input. So you have, instead of doing the Shoryus, you just press up and B. That will still be a
Yeah.
thing. That's what I believe, at least.
Yeah, I know they would be button, but I feel like it has just so much, so many moves that I feel like they have to do something. You understand me? I was like, I don't think A is gonna just do all the freaking moves.
No,
he does.
but like you said, like maybe like down and A, then down and then wait and A, and then forward and A, and then forward then wait then A, because that's a lot of the Tekken inputs, correct? Yeah, you do
Yes.
like your crouching up animation, or jumping animation. Or,
Yeah, that's what I
you
mean.
know, I believe
yeah,
that's what's gonna happen.
yeah, because that's what I mean. Like, I don't think it's just going to be a B move, where B when you press B off after for the special, but I think it's going to be with the A2 this time, and that's what I meant. And of course they're going to have as you said with Street Fighter, they're going to have the like you can do your own input, because I know they showed Electric Wind God Fist, which is a
Mhm,
good
they showed
move.
that.
And I think if you do it manually, which is going to be hard for some people, and I know I had a hard at the beginning too, is
Especially in
Electric Wind
Smash,
God
especially in
Face.
Smash.
Like it's Smash, especially with the depending on what control. If you use the Joy-Cons, I feel sad for you, bro. okay, I'm just going at these people. So if you're casual, I feel sad for
No,
you,
no,
that's what
no,
I'm
no.
saying.
Joy-Cons are the worst controllers for Smash ever. Ever.
Oh my God,
They're so
yeah.
tiny. They're so tiny. They're made for like tiny people.
I
For
feel
tiny
you,
hands, I guess. I don't know, like really tiny.
Yeah, you know what they say
Yeah.
about big hands, big
No, but it's
Anyway.
literally meant for like baby hands. They're so tiny.
All right. Well, that was Kazuya for Super Smash Bros. When are they going to release the character? Is it out yet? Or?
No, it's going to.
No.
They're going to announce on like this month at 28th. They're gonna not release, but they're gonna showcase.
Another trailer or something like that.
Knowing Nintendo, they might release the same day or a few days after. They always seem to do this thing where they bring out the character, they talk about it, and then they go, "Oh, it's gonna be available right now after this pocket or after this thing right now."
Yeah,
That's
they
what
did it with.
Seem to do, but they do it with a lot of stuff. Not just a lot of stuff. It just comes this way. But who knows? Who knows?
I don't know. They're really good at surprising people because I think it was maybe Yoke or something was like, oh, and by the way, he's out right now, so just go download it. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was
yeah,
like, what?
A lot. Happens more often than not. Yeah, happened with Bayonetta. Like, oh, she's gonna come out right now. Okay, now it's like.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. Sometimes they just really like to surprise, and with the trailer for Kazuya, like they really surprised. I was like, damn, what the fuck? Kazuya is in. People expect it sometime because Bandai is a part of the like they have probably done Smash, but they like announcing it kind of. So they still have kind of name of it in the game.
Yeah, everyone was waiting for the game, the character from Bandai Namco. Everybody was waiting for it. We know it was coming. We knew Pac-Man was already in the game, but we're just like, what are they bringing to the table? Because they're handling this one as well. Not only did they handle the last version of it, but now they're handling this one as well. We're all waiting. We're all patiently waiting. Which one are they gonna call? No one saw Kazuya coming. Someone said Heihachi. Some people said, I don't know, another version of Pac-Man or something like that. But nobody saw this coming. They had a lot of characters coming in line, but yeah, nobody saw Kazuya coming. I didn't see it. Maybe some people did. I didn't check the whole thing because I haven't looked into it.
Because what I know is you always want to go mostly for the main character for the game. Kazuya is one of them, but usually it's either when you see from the main game from Tekken at least, it's going to be like Jin. Like, bro, the first thing I did was playing him.
I'm a Jin main.
Yeah, yes, you see when you play Jin.
Yeah,
because he's just a really good character. I like his design, and he's just really cool in my opinion. And then Heihachi, like he's the old grandpa, like in anime. Oh, he's the old grandpa. I can defeat him, and then you get absolutely stumped by him. That's who Heihachi is.
Well, we had Heihachi in Soul Calibur already.
Yeah, like he's a big thing. He's a big character, and not only in Soul Calibur, he was also in PlayStation All-Star or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I know a lot about that game. They made him the younger version for some reason, cause time travel. I don't know.
All right, it was probably to promote more of the tag tournament too.
All right, so enough talking about that. I think we should move on. Quick topic. Shouldn't take long. What controllers are you using at the moment?
Oh, okay. So for me right now, I don't have great controllers. In fact, I found the fighting game that I play the most right now with a broken controller. But right now, I'm using a Wii Classic controller. Out of all things, I know. Yeah, I know. I'm using a Wii Classic controller. But if I was to choose a controller to play with, I would choose a hitbox, and a Smash box. I would choose either of those two. But yeah, those would be my options to go to because you want perfection in your inputs, and you want not to jump when you dash forward. You want to things like that, and I get that a lot with this controller, which is kind of annoying. I use that for that, and I use a Wii GameCube controller for the Smash type games, Rivals of Weather, Smash, any of those kinds of games. I'll use a Wii controller. I just like the way it handles.
Sounds good. Anger, what are you using at the moment?
I'm using mostly I'm using DualShock, but I'm on my way learning the stick. I haven't been playing too much with the stick at the moment because it's hard I'm not playing Guilty Gear Strive, and it's hard to start a new game and then start with a new controller. So I was like, I'm gonna wait a little. and try with my ordinary, with my ordinary DualShock. So I said, PS4 DualShock as I
Okay.
play games.
Good.
So,
Good. I mean,
yeah.
the DualShock is a good controller overall, so there's nothing wrong with it. I am playing, as you all know, because I've been talking about it forever. I'm playing on arcade stick. I'm playing on 2 arcade sticks. So when I'm playing on PC, I usually play on my Quamba Q4 RAF because it's compatible with PlayStation 3 and PC. So when I'm playing Battle for the Grid, I'm usually playing with that controller. And when I'm playing on PlayStation 4, I'm playing with the Ori Real Arcade Pro 4 Premium Vuelix. So it's a long name for a big ass controller, and it's a very good controller that replicates the Japanese arcade Vuelix Taito cabinet. That's basically what it is. It's a very heavy controller. It's very big, but it's very, very good as well. So that's the controller I'm using when I'm playing on PlayStation 4. Next week, hopefully, finger crossed, I'm going to receive my Snackbox Micro, which is all button controller, a little bit like a hitbox, but it is much, much smaller. It's the size of it's almost the size of a Switch, actually. So I'm really looking forward to play on that controller. It's going to take me a while to get used to it because the direction are all buttons, and the jump button is at the bottom. So yeah, excited.
Alright.
Good.
If you ever want to talk about controllers, you got your guy, Mr. Fox. He's a whole another level.
I like controllers. I like various type of controllers. I used to play in the arcade when I was younger on stick, and I'm used to it. And I like to replicate that feeling. It's very rewarding when you play on an arcade controller. All right.
You know about controllers like I know about my tingles.
We don't want to talk about
I
this
guess
one.
the last topic, right? The last topic, which is the top 2.
Yeah,
games.
we on to our last topic. Okay, so what is your top 3 fighting games currently? I think we should include all the fighting games that you've been playing in your life. What is the top 3 at the moment?
Why don't you start, Fox?
Sure, I can start. Okay, my top 3, and of course that might change next week. Number 3 will be the King of Fighters 94. This is very nostalgic for me. It's the first King of Fighters that I've been playing in the arcade and then onto the Neo Geo CD. I love this game. It's the first 3 versus 3 game as well that I've been playing. Number 2 will be Street Fighter Alpha 2. I love this game. One of the best Street Fighter ever made, I believe. Even though Street Fighter Alpha 3 is more complete and probably better, I like the simplicity of Alpha 2. And the first one is definitely Garo Mark of the Wolf, which is Fatal Fury, the latest and the last installment of the Fatal Fury franchise. I absolutely love this game. Yeah, at the time when I was playing it, I prefer it over Street Fighter Third Strike. That was my favorite game. Mark of the Wolves was on top of everything.
I've forgotten about Mark of the Wolves. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I even know the game. But I was sure you're gonna talk about the Arcana Heart.
Oh.
Yes, Arcana Heart would probably be in my top 5 though. This is top 3, so like I said, that top might change next week. Because we change our mind all the time, and sometimes you change your top. So you never know.
Yeah.
Anger, you want to go first, or?
Sure, I can go ahead and do that then.
Okay.
Yeah. I just want to say top 3 to 1, but I won't have it in specific order because I'm probably gonna like all of them. I really like a lot. Let's start with the Tekken Tag Tournament. The first one. and why it's so important to me, even though I'm not playing it now, and I wasn't good when I played it. It's just as Fox has with his game, it's a nostalgic game. It was actually my very first game, to be honest. And it was a fighting game, bro. It was just a fun, really fun game where I mashed my heart out. And yeah, and that's one of the reason I actually still play fighting games. I didn't start playing fighting games for real until much later with Tekken 7 and Fighter Z. But yeah, it was the how I say my first love.
That's
So,
good.
and let's talk about my top two then. Let's see. I guess Guilty Gear, because and people. Oh, and if you probably you guys too, but like what? It's already been been a week, bro. It's been a fun week. I haven't been playing all a whole week. I've been working, but
Are you talking
it's
about
been a fun
Strive?
week. Yeah, Strive. Guilty Gear
Okay.
Strive. Oh, I didn't say specifically.
There's so many of them, so you need to be more specific.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you gotta be specific with this one.
yeah. I mean, I played other Strive, but I haven't really played a lot. Like I have played more Strive than I played the other games, which yeah. But like I started, I heard about it. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't give a shit, cause I was like, oh, it's just another fight game. It's just, and it's as many people was that were like, oh, they make it so much easier to play. Man, give me some technical stuff, bro. Let me actually be. I wanna feel different between newcomer and me, who is a pro gamer. I was really bad at the time too, but still, I was like, I wanna be best, you know. And then it started to get more hyped. It was talking about the netcode and everything. It was okay, I see. And I started to see, and I started and play some XR. I was like, oh shit, this game is actually fun. I wonder really what they're going to do with the Guilty Gear Strive. So so you already know, I went to the beta and I was having the time of my life, bro. No other game I feel like, oh, this is 100%. I don't need the DLC. Like even in my other fighting games I play, like I have my favorite, but I still like, oh, I wanna still try a DLC, you know. But if they didn't add the DLC, I would have still been super happy because I found a character I really like. So yeah, that's why one of the reasons I really like Guilty Gear, because I really like the character and it's a waifu. What more can I ask for?
I think I have
And
an
then-
idea of what is your other favorite fighting game.
Yeah, you already know. The square button. Bardock. Let's go with Dragon Ball Fighter Z. One of the games that started all. Tekken may have started the way I want to play fighting games. Like that's one of the reasons I started play fighting games all this year. But Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Wow, what an experience! My first anime fighting game. And I'm gonna say that was so much fun. Holy damn, the graphic. It's like watching, like, instead of watching the anime, you're playing the anime. I was like, holy damn, this is a difference between the other games. Like, don't get me wrong, Dragon Ball X Xenoverse, it's a fun game, but it's not a fight game. But it wasn't, I was just into Dragon Ball at all, but the animations, like, wow. And the dramatic finishes, and oh, bro, I was blown away. I was blown away. And I'm so mad I didn't play the beta. And I didn't get the game directly when it came out because I was unsure. Because I wasn't really big of, I wasn't the best at fighting games. So I was like, am I going to play this? And then play. I was like, oh, I'm getting stuck with this. I'm getting stuck with this game. Holy damn. That
Un?
was
I think it's time for Un to let us know.
Yeah, I'm talking a lot.
What is
Like,
what?
let's
No,
go
you're
with it.
good. You're good. I was actually good hearing you say all your stuff because it made me like open like yeah, it's fighting games like that was really deep. I like that. Okay, so me, I'm gonna go with two nostalgic ones. All right, I don't even play them anymore because they're kind of hard to get to nowadays. So the first one would be Killer Instinct. and I'm going by the newer one. I know I don't play it a lot. I know I don't play it. I don't often. I wish I could have gotten into it sooner. It was on Microsoft Xbox specifically, so I could not just grab the game. I was always PlayStation. And I was mad that it came out free. Like it came out free. It came out like I think it was free when it came out, and you had to like buy the characters and stuff and the season and stuff.
Yeah, it was a free to play.
But like,
Yeah, it was a
Kinda
free to
like
play
yeah,
model.
Street Fighter
I
5,
was
kind
so
of.
happy that it was revived. I
But
have so much memories with the first original Super Nintendo.
the issue with Killer Instinct, it was only available on Xbox One. That was an exclusive.
Mhm.
And then they
Very,
released it
very
on
exclusive.
Windows 10 much later.
Yeah, much later. And by that point, I had already found a game that I've been sticking to for a while.
Yep.
But yeah, it's like that the game I really fell in love with it. When I played it, I tried it out. It just brought back the memories of how some of the combos work from like back in the day. How it's very similar. How the music just kicks in when you're kicking somebody's butt. How you combo.
The music is
constantly, how
amazing
you
in this game.
Yeah, the music is amazing. It goes with the beat
Yeah,
down. It's really good.
It does. It does.
Yeah, you can combo to infinity. You can do your ultras. You can do your killer combo. You can do all your good stuff, and it's like it was amazing to me that they brought it back. I wish I got into it more. I really honestly wish I could have got into it more. And
I really liked Generations, actually.
yeah, the character designs were also really cool and stuff and all that. But that game was really amazing. The way
I agree with you.
It had everything I wanted. It had the neutral. It had combos. It had combo breakers. It just had everything I could have wanted in a fighting game.
It's a great choice.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, so my second choice, probably an obvious one because I played all the time, would be the Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. It's a Marvel. I freaking love Marvel games. I freaking love Marvel games. This is a very Marvel-like game. This is Marvel Rangers versus Capcom, basically now. It's kind of like a toned down version of what that other one was, but they changed stuff. It plays differently. It's not the same. Then the mechanics are more simple to master. They're more like intuitive. They're easier to grasp, but there's still very hard technical things to do in this game and very hard things to block. There's unblockables, obviously. There's the EX that was not in the other games, obviously in the Marvel games, that that kind of like evens and fares out the game. The swords it's not a broken mechanic like it was in X Factor was, but it's still a very helpful mechanic that can come back and help you do stuff depending on how you use it. So I thought that was very fair in the game. And even though a lot of people complain about the characters they don't play because they can kill you, every character can pretty much do the same, which is a really good thing. I don't like people getting neutered. I don't like people getting downplayed or nerfed. I want them all to pretty much be the best they can be and be more broken, if anything, so that they can even each other out. That's kind of how I've always seen it, and I do enjoy this game to a huge extent. Which is why I play as much as I do.
I have to agree with you again. It's a great game,
Right,
and I
so,
was very surprised how good it was the first time I played it.
Yeah. So the final game for me would be and I gotta say it because it's the game that started it all for me. It's the game that actually it didn't, but it's the game I put more hours into than I ever thought I could because it came out for the PS3, and that would be Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Huge freaking roster. So creative. Granted, you see a lot of the same old characters in top tournaments, whatever, but you can create anything out of everything, and it would just work. You can make it work. You can pick Team Shoto, you can pick Team X-Men, you can pick just a whole variety of characters, and it's just like insane. The gameplay is fast-paced. There is like infinites, but the infinites don't kill. There is no TODs. There is infinites that waste time, but there is no TODs because of the mechanics, the way they work. The supers are instant. Like you do a super, it's hard to react to another super. You have to be skillful, you have to be timeful. It's a lot of time, a lot of technical stuff going on in this game that's just insane. And it's like again, there's the thing we talked about earlier where the scale level of somebody of pro players to casual players Well, this one is high for technicality. This one is very high for technicality. You cannot a casual player cannot jump into this game and just take on somebody who's played this game for years. It just won't happen. But you can put time into and learn it. It's so ridiculous how much this game is crazy. And it's,
I've seen like the craziest thing, bro. I'm gonna be how much I even play fighting. I'm afraid to play more Marvel Capcom. If I ever play the veteran, bro, I will be fucking stumped, no matter what.
It can be scary.
Yeah.
It can be scary.
It can be scary. It can be definitely scary. But part of the beauty of this game is the creativity, which that you can make 3 teams of like whatever and make it work somehow. You can definitely find the cheap stuff. You definitely find the broken stuff that's like everyone else does. You can find the synergy in characters that you never thought before, and every character is viable in some sort of way. Well, with their planning and attacking, if you have the right assist behind them. It's just like if you literally change one character out, it becomes a whole different team, a whole different meta around that team. It's beautiful. It's beautiful magic. It's very creative. I like the creativity of the games what drove me to the games. And it all started with the Versus series, basically. The X-Men Street Fighter, all that Versus series. But MSC2 was basically the definitive version of all of those together from back in the days. And that's the one I spend the most time in. Because of the online, obviously.
Great.
Yeah,
great game. It's a great game.
Really, it looks like a real. I say I'm scared, but it's a game I actually want to try out. No joke. It's a game I really, because it looks so much fun. And you say the creativity, I was like, damn, bro. Like, I seen stuff you can do. It's just, and even with the glitch in the game, like, it's a part of the game. People love that, and they can just make it like really fun.
So yeah, great game. Great selection of games, guys. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. We've been playing fighting games for a while, and we've been playing together as well. So great games. Okay, I think.
Yeah, if I had a fifth, I think I would add Smash in there, and I would add Third Strike.
Yeah, I would add the Battle for the Grid.
It's just too many good games. Too many good games.
Well, yes, that's the problem. There's too many good games. It's difficult to put them into a short list. I mean, we went for 3 games. Maybe next time we can do a top 5, and maybe things will change. You never know.
Yeah, I'm gonna add Battle for the Grid for sure, because as you say, it's just a fun game. The way you can do the combos, it's hard, but it's so creative. When I see it, it's just I get the shocked and hyped at the same time. Like I get angry and happy at the same, because it's just a fun game. And it's great netcode. You can play from PC to PS4, so you have such a variety to play against. Like it's just a good game overall.
All right. Okay. Well, I think are we done? Yes, guys.
Yes, that's about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was that was a lot of fun. Very interesting to discuss the world of fighting games in a short recording stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Short. It's been like 2 hours.
It has been a while, but I'm going to do a couple of cuts there and there, so don't worry. Especially anger. I'm going to cut anger a lot.
Yeah, just cut all of anger off. All of it. I'll just cut all of anger off.
Or in fighting games term, I'm going to counter him a lot. All right. Okay, guys. I hope you enjoy it, because we had a lot of fun recording it. Hopefully we can do another one if you like it. Or if you didn't like it, well, we still are going to do another one anyway. So
I'll send you a picture of myself, and you're gonna use that to like have me with the voice talking, whatever.
Don't send a naked one though.
Oh, come on, Fox. You know me.
Can I use the hot tub?
Oh god.
Do I look like anger to you?
I think it's time to wrap up everything. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. And we'll catch up with you later. Bye for now.
Shane. Bye-bye.
Take it easy.